Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. By now I'm sure that many of you are aware that there was a false report that Ripple settled with the SEC. And this report was circulated widely, including by reputable mainstream news sources, which frankly makes me a little bit sad for the world. And this is not the first time we've seen such important news having to do with something crypto related get circulated. It's just absolutely not true. And so what you may not have seen, and I think most people have not seen, is what the actual initial false report stated, because they were, all of them were, as far as I'm aware, were quickly taken down. But I actually did find a copy of this, and so I wanted to kind of share it with you, say a few things about it and the way that this is all reported. I've also got a couple funny responses, including something from Ripple's CTO and co-creator of the XRP ledger, David Schwartz. I got a comment from Jeremy Hogan, who of course runs the very popular YouTube channel Legal Briefs. And then I also want to say a few things about the songbird token, which many cryptocurrency exchanges are basically pretending doesn't exist right now. But before going further, I also want to be clear, I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who makes YouTube videos about crypto-related stories, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Damn it, that's all that's going on here. And so here's one of the headlines. This is from You Today. Ripple confirms that press release about SEC settlement is fake. And understandably, a lot of people before this was verified got very excited, especially given that there were, again, reputable sources saying this actually was true. I can absolutely understand why it would get circulated by people within the community if it's coming from what, your typical person would certainly obviously perceive as a reputable source here. Anyway, they write as follows. Ripple has confirmed that the rumors of its settlement with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission are fake, according to Fox Business's Charles Gasparino. Earlier today, a now-deleted press release posted on news platform AccessWire stated that the SEC had dropped its charges against the company. The too good to be true hoax was syndicated by Yahoo Finance and then made the rounds on social media. The San Francisco-based company described the press release as, quote, totally false, end quote. And here's another quote. We are working to get it taken down, but totally false and not sent by us. And Ripple's general counsel, Stuart Alderati, was all over noting it's fake, as you can see on the screen. Here's a tweet from him to my fellow XRP YouTuber, Digital Asset Investor, just saying this is fake. And it is interesting, too, that we saw Yahoo Finance, perhaps the most notable, allegedly reputable source around it. And they didn't originate it, but they just followed the leader. Where else do we see lemmings like just one after another off the cliff, just doing what the others are doing? Oh, that's right. In crypto investing, prices go down, panic sell. Prices go way up, about to hit the top. FOMO in. Yes, I've seen this before, yes. Happens a lot in crypto. But it's also interesting because Yahoo, mind you, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, he used to work there. I can't remember his position. I don't know if he was a high-up senior vice president or something, or some exec. I can't remember the title. But he had a higher-up position at Yahoo. And so now his former employer was reporting incorrectly that this case was settled. And it's just it kind of reflects very poorly just kind of like the state of journalism in general, because rather than, like, if you're the second entity that's reported on this, you see it's reported somewhere else, and you perceive that first source as reputable enough to put your reputation on the line as well. I'm looking at you, Yahoo Finance. And so you don't actually vet the source. You don't dig in to make sure it's true. You just want to make sure that you're not last to get the story out because you want the clicks, right? And so that's what actually happened here. It's amazing how these journalists and allegedly reputable sources are acting here. And so here's the now removed article. This one is the one that was from AccessWire, which started it. But and by the way, actually, most of this reads just as normal. They're giving a lot of background about the story. It doesn't give off any sort of hints of it being false, at least not in the terms of the way it's written. But if you're following the case and you know where it's at and this and that, and then like I don't think when we see settlement that it's going to be first reported on by a website called AccessWire. Can I just say that? Like, that should have been already right there, some sort of red flag. Like, what the hell's an access wire, right? But here's what they wrote. All I need to read is the very top. This is the relevant portion here. San Francisco, California, October 1st, 2021. Ripple, the leading provider of enterprise blockchain and cryptocurrency solutions for global payments, is pleased to announce that the SEC versus Ripple legal battle is finally over. The lawsuit that lasted over 10 months has finally been settled between the Securities and Exchange Commission and the cryptocurrency company Ripple. The SEC has announced it would drop its charges. Now, here's another thing. It's like when there are settlements, there are more details than this. There will be something, you'll see something also published by the SEC. They're on it right away on their official website. There's nothing else here. That was it. What I just read to you, that's it. The rest of it is just a bunch of fluff talking about what the actual complaint against Ripple is. But no, you'd have all sorts of indications of the settlements, this or that. Ripple did or did not deny any sort of fault, blah, 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 that type of stuff. There's nothing of that sort here. So like, these are all red flags. These are obvious red flags. And Yahoo Finance didn't think enough of that to like just check, like, oh, I wonder if this maybe isn't true. This sounds pretty wild. Like none of that whatsoever. And it's not the first time we've seen this type of crap here. Do you remember this one from less than a month ago from CNBC? Walmart says crypto payments announcement is fake. Litecoin tumbles after spike. You guys remember this one? There was a rumor from, again, reputable, allegedly reputable news sources in mainstream media, not just crypto media, but also mainstream media, that Walmart had partnered up with the Litecoin developers, and Litecoin was actually going to be used in some capacity with Walmart. The price of Litecoin did spike, and then it quickly crashed when it was verified that this was all just some sort of scammy type of thing here. But it is what it is. It's just another instance of mainstream media not doing their job. And it was funny, too. There's some wild speculation in this You Today piece I didn't really care for. They wrote the following. It's likely that a member of the XRP community tried to pull off a quick pump and dump by spreading fake news about the settlement. See, look, that statement right there makes me respect this outlet a little bit less. That's wild speculation. Could it not just be an opportunistic media outlet that wants to get clicks? Could that not be it? Where's this coming from? It's just that's too out there. That's too far out in the left field. There's no evidence for that whatsoever. Why not just jump to the conclusion that it's somebody that hates XRP and wants to make XRP look bad? Why isn't it Bitcoin Maximus? Like, it's just wild speculation. That's what's going on here, though. And then you have XRP, the Standard Productions. Many of you, I'm sure, are familiar. This guy's hilarious. It's basically the Onion, but for XRP and Ripple, basically. This guy actually runs a blog, and it's just straight up fake stories that are written in a way that, like, the way it's written is supposed to sound true, but it's just completely ridiculous stuff here. And so he shared this fake screen grab from Debevoise and Plimpton here, purported to be like an official release on their website. Debevoise and Plimpton, one of the law firms representing Ripple in the SEC versus Ripple case here, and they have this short release, a fake release with like broken sentences and incorrect words and stuff. And I just thought it was kind of funny, so I thought I'd share it with you because David Schwartz also responded to this one too. But here's the fake release from Debevoise and Plimpton. Debevoise and Plimpton LLP is pleased to tell everyone, that the SEC is gonna drop the case against the Ripple Labs. They are that one cryptocurrency company in San Francisco. That's like the most broken sentence. I love that. Anyway, Mary Jo White, just for you don't know, she's a former SEC chair and an attorney at Debevoise and Plimpton. So anyway, lawyer Mary Jo White tells us she's happy about it. She says, the SEC was wrong, and I told you a long time ago that this lawsuit wasn't no good. This news will have percussions around the whole cryptocurrency world, no doubt. Yes, percussions. And then Jeremy Hogan saw that and noted that percussions equal a drum or cymbal, repercussions equal a consequence. So we're talking about a drum or cymbal here, apparently. And then David Schwartz responded to that with this GIF right here. You're just going to have to look at your screen. It's just, there's a wall here and some horribly ratty looking building that says Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory free tours with an arrow that points to a door. And then it's flashing on the screen, and this GIF seems legit. I gotta heart that. I like David Schwartz's sense of humor here. Oh, good times for all. I wanted to mention this too. I don't really have much to say for it, but it's that time of the month where, Ripple's escrow, it releases, and it happens at the beginning of every single month. And crypto media, they write articles about it. Here you go, from you today. Ripple withdraws 1 billion XRP from escrow. Really nothing to say about it. I think it's silly that they're reporting on this, and so I'm just going to report that they're silly for reporting it. And that's it. See you next month, you today, on the exact same story that isn't going to add value to anyone's life. Can't wait. All right, now, let's talk about this songbird thing for just a hot minute if we can here. And we can, because it's my channel, damn it, and I do what I want. I want to talk about the songbird. And so here's Frecky, who tagged me along with chart analyst Credible Crypto and wrote, Uphold is actively reviewing Songbird. Let's see how they proceed, with a smiley face. And so there's been quite an uproar, understandably so, from the XRP community, because many people, they had their XRP on exchanges during the snapshot date back in December to claim their Spark tokens. And the supporting exchanges that have verbally stated, yes, they're supporting the Spark token, they're very hush-hush on whether or not they're going to support the Songbird token. And mind you, if these exchanges are receiving the Spark token, the Flare Network has concern they're also receiving the Songbird token. It's getting sent to them for sure. So I don't know why it's so difficult for these exchanges to say, yes, we're going to give it to you, or no, we're not, here's why, or we're looking into it. Why can't they just freaking answer? You know, like at this point, look, I like a lot of these exchanges. I don't understand the silence. I really don't understand it. Like you need to have open communication with your customers. You know, and I feel like there's a bit of a shortcoming here on the part of many of these platforms that I actually like. I don't understand why. It doesn't make sense. Maybe there's something that I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of actual good reason. But I still think, like, even if there's a good reason that you don't know for sure if you can or should do this, you should articulate something to say, yes, we're looking into this, you know? And I mean, we sort of got that from Uphold a little bit. So like Frecky said, yeah, we're looking into it. So this is actually, I guess, one of the better responses. But I mean, I'd like a little bit more information. But I asked Frecky, like, where did this come from? Because I couldn't find anything specific from Uphold's Twitter account that was recent anyway. And then an XRP community member, Wheezy, responded and wrote a day ago, unless Frecky has more up-to-date information. And here you can see somebody within our community named Williams11101 on Reddit wrote the following. Are you guys enjoying our Songbird gains? He's talking about, they're responding to Uphold here. What's going to happen when we find out you likely are trading the 3.73 million of our Songbird on BitTrue and making millions of United States dollars with our tokens? FOIA is a bitch during a class action. That's Freedom of Information Act, FOIA. And so upon reading that, my reaction is, whoa, that's quite a jump to a bizarre conclusion out in conspiracy theory land. Like, why is that your starting point? Why not just be keep the emotions down? Let's see if there's a good reason. Let's see if we can get a response out of Uphold. And then, if you're going to say something like what you wrote there, William, you better have some damn evidence, because that's irresponsible. You're really jumping to a conclusion. Uphold saw this, though, and they did respond and wrote the following. And I support them in this response. They wrote, "Hi there, we ask that you please stop spreading false information. This is not the case, and as mentioned already in the thread, as social media agents, as soon as we have any information on the airdrop, we'll be the first to announce it across our social media platforms. We appreciate your patience." And so, look, I would prefer to have something a little more definitive, or an explanation of why it's taking so long just to even get a simple answer. But, man, jumping to a conclusion like that's a little bit too far. Now, that being said, for anybody that's frustrated that you don't have your Songbird tokens while it's being openly traded, and you know that the cryptocurrency exchanges have them in their possession, I'm with you. I sympathize. You're in the right for feeling that way. Totally get it. But all we can do is just keep, politely, respectfully asking the exchanges what's happening. I don't think we're at a point where we need to be rude and disrespectful and bombard them with a bunch of nonsense. But they do owe us answers. They owe all of their customers answers on this. And so there you go. And I'll say also too, like, this is a good reason, I would say, to maybe like self-custody here. And here's a tweet from James Rule XRP. highlighting that Coinbase. He actually shows the actual transaction, a transaction, showing the Flare claim and the Songbird claim. So I mean, it's going there. There's no question. Like they have the Songbird tokens and they're going to have the Spark tokens. So look, and I'm optimistic. I don't know what the reasons are for all of this, but any cryptocurrency exchange that doesn't give the Songbird tokens out, they'd have such a backlash from one of the biggest and best crypto communities in all of crypto. I'd say the best from my biased perspective. The XRP community is the very best. I can't imagine that they'd want to damage their reputations by not giving out the Songbird tokens. That's what would happen. They're going to be dragged through the mud. They're going to lose a bunch of XRP customers. I just don't think they're going to want to do that. So I'm optimistic that they are going to ultimately hand this out. It's just not fun in the meantime to see this. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at. Let me know what you think on all this stuff, though. These are interesting topics of conversation. How do you feel about the Songbird situation? Did you guys, any of you out there, be honest now? Did you get tricked? Did you think that that there was a settlement between the SEC and Ripple? By the time that I came across this, I will tell you that the Yahoo Finance article was already down. So it was live for all of, like, I don't know, maybe an hour or so, give or take. Because when I clicked on it, I'm telling you, it couldn't have been much more after an hour that news broke in the morning, and it was gone. And it took me a while to find out that where to get the article. And yeah, if everybody's curious, it's just the Wayback Machine. It was barely live, and the Wayback Machine still caught it. So how about that? Good stuff, right? I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.